I wanted to get I don't mind paying them $20 for a picture. I really, because again, a lot of them aren't working. I'm fine with that. Was Lacey Underall from Caddyshack.
Lacey.
I thought that was a fun one. Yeah,
She was pushing hard to get booked on this show.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Hard.
Really?
30th anniversage of Caddyshack.
Today, I think.
Wow.
Oh, is it today?
Either today or yesterday, right around now.
Jesus
it might have been
Christ.
yesterday, 30 years ago.
But her
Caddyshack
friend's a
was
huge fan.
around.
She's like, I've been hearing about you guys constantly because like one of her friends are really.
From Lacey.
Yeah, what's her name? Cindy something. She was actually, she's a little older, but her tits look great. She was pretty sexy. Yeah.
I saw her on a biography show they did on the making of the movie, and she didn't look all that bad.
No, she looks good.
Yeah.
But how many years ago was that?
Yeah, well. No, I think it was
Can I see
relatively new.
You got your picture of her?
I might have it. Actually.
I have to see what she looks like now.
Yeah.
She
Yes,
fucking-
because you remember a whole...
The frustrating thing is there's some one-on-ones that we could have done because there were people. Had we gotten into the press room, there was these major.
Where you should have been.
There was major.
You guys should have had like a red carpet to whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Red
Yes.
carpet. Red carpet. I would have taken a
telling you.
dirty brown shag. I would have taken any carpet. We had gravel and bare feet. You shitheads. Wait.
Jesus.
My favorite thing
Should
was
have been
to
VIP treatment all the way.
go on Google News
All the way.
after we got home to figure out all the celebrities that had been there that day because we didn't see any of them.
You didn't see any celebrities? And when did you have to fly out, Sam?
Fly back home or go to San Diego?
Yeah.
Norton and me jumped on our red eyes on Saturday night.
Saturday night because
The
nothing.
airport was
could be worse.
quiet as a mouse.
I've never seen an airport.
Why
with
would you have to leave Saturday night?
Well, why would you want? Who wants to stay till Sunday morning? Because then you get to see the Saturday night event.
Yes.
But they actually, I think they saved.
Well, why fly out there if they're cutting your visit short?
Well, because it was the room rate was a little cheaper to get us checked out.
They saved
half a
literally
day.
they saved $180 flying us out early.
No, how much? All right, let's slow down.
For me,
You guys went out there for the weekend, but they forced you to leave Saturday night instead of staying for the Saturday night stuff for Comic-Con.
yeah,
Why? To save a few bucks?
Yeah.
to save half a day rate on the hotel.
And how much would that have been?
For me, $180. That's
I
pretty.
think for
that's a
me
lot of
about
money.
the same thing. Like the total for my room was probably $360, $370 because the hotels sell out 6 months in advance.
So to save $400, you guys had to miss Saturday night's activities at Comic-Con.
It's $400 though.
Oh, but then they'll turn around. Don't get me going. Then they'll turn around and make a deal that's so completely ridiculous with somebody that no one gives a shit about. That's her.
Yeah.
It's unrecognizable.
She doesn't look the same, but I mean that was 30 years ago. She looks. I mean, she's like as a woman, she looks. That's still.
She's a good-looking woman.
She
but
is, yeah.
This
You can't even tell it's her. Like,
no, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Wow,
She
that's
looks a little-
weird.
She looks a little different.
I'm not saying she looks ugly or anything. She's a good-looking woman,
Yeah.
but I can't believe that's the same one. You sure they didn't switch them out?
Oh no, yeah, different Lacey's. She was the 4 o'clock Lacey. Yeah, she.
So to
she
save money, you guys had to do a red eye.
Yeah.
And I'm sure flying the red eye saves money for the company too.
well, I actually saved money for the company. I saved money for the company because I was supposed to do the Tonight Show a week before, but literally they did. Leno did an SB's thing, so they're like, we want to move you back a week. So I happened to go out there the day before.
Right.
So the Tonight Show flew me out. And I didn't want to wax serious for so I'm like, fuck it, let's the Tonight Show fly me out because I'm already there. And then you guys fly me back. So they saved half the airfare that way.
But see, at that point,
You're making up for it, so give them the
Right,
hotel
right,
and have them
exactly.
stay
Thank
for the
you,
Saturday
Anthony.
night festivities.
logically, you're already ahead of the game, so do the right thing and let these guys sleep in San Diego Saturday night and go to the airport first thing Sunday.
By then there were no flights. Flights.
Big Kev is checking in. Was Big Kev out there?
We did
No.
not see him, no.
Big Kev, you weren't out there?
No, for the first time in 8 years, I didn't go.
Okay.
Kev, you would have been a good guy to be out there with because Kev knows how to navigate these things, and he knows the right people. We were both saying how much we kind of wished you were out there.
No, you really need to turn those table situations into one-on-ones, and that's the real trick there because since you're not a TV outlet, they don't give they don't really give a terrible amount of crap about you. So, you have to kind of make those situations happen.
And I think a good example, if you could pull up the Samuel L.
That's a
Jackson
good
interview,
point.
that is
exactly
a prime
right.
example of how you turn these things. You take the lemons and you make cat piss out of it.
There were press rooms to get into. By the way, and Sam noticed this too. There were guys. They had panels in like these 4,000 seat halls. They had some good panels. Like the Expendables panel.
Yeah.
Was good. Like on that one was Couture, was Stone Cold, Stallone, Bruce Willis, fucking Jean-Claude. Was it Van Damme?
No, it was Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. All these people, and of course we got nowhere. We had Randy Couture booked, but literally he was running late, and then we had to leave to interview Penn Jillette. So he would have done us, but it was literally just a traffic issue.
Yeah,
it wasn't Randy.
Yeah.
But it's like, how did we not get in the press room? Stallone has a lot of his own money involved in the Expendables. He was doing a lot of different things.
You should absolutely have been in that room.
Well, who do we blame for that?
Those things are booked so far in advance that if you're not part of the initial setup, I mean, if Liam got you into anything, God bless Liam, because
I got into some rooms in 07.
Anything there.
Yeah, Sam got into some rooms in 07. This is the thing.
When whole different animal now.
He went out there in 07 for K-Rock. And no, Liam did actually do a good job. And I'm not just being polite. He really did scramble because no one had done anything for it. Literally, there was nothing done for us before that as far as getting people. And Liam fucking busted his ass and made something out of it. The trip would have been a disaster had Liam not stepped up.
Oh, yeah.
Was it his
just
job?
been interviering people in Batman costumes all weekend.
It wasn't his job to set it up ahead of time, right?
Well, he didn't. No, he didn't. He hadn't been put on the case, I guess. When he was put on the case, he did a great job.
I did mention.
Why was he put on the case?
I don't know.
I did mention.
I can't wait for these mics to go off to get the real story.
When this whole thing started.
Oh, I know.
When the whole
responsibility
idea popped up, I did mention to people that we really need to. One of the key aspects of doing this trip would be, but they had to wait for sponsor money. They weren't going to book us anything if they didn't have sponsor money because they weren't sure we were going until about 2 weeks before the.
Yeah, so
event.
And by then, Big has probably right. They were all booked. But again, we still could have. I guarantee you, we talked. I don't want to say what friend I talked to, who has certain friends out there, but he was telling us where a buddy of ours who used to work for the show kind of knew where everybody was at any given time.
Of course, he did.
And
sounds like a guy who could have gotten me into rooms in 2007.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, we couldn't have. I'm not saying we could have gotten a 20-minute sit down with Bruce Willis. Again, TV has that advantage over radio, but there's a line between what TV and Fox and NBC can get and bloggers. We should have been in between there.
But you're also downplaying the radio thing. We're one of the biggest radio shows in the country.
Without a doubt. And
so, I mean, that should have some kind of pull out there.
Well, if it's told to the right people.
If the right people are working.
Because there are guys.
The fact that one of the biggest radio shows is going to be at Comic-Con, someone that understands how to work that.
And even, like, those guys aside, there are people that know like Jonah Hill came in here, and he remembered the show when he did the show just recently. He was out there.
So we didn't get near Jonah Hill.
Tina Fey was out there. Seth Rogen.
Tina knows me. Seth, we've had in.
I've had all these people.
We couldn't get one-on-ones with Joel McHale. We
couldn't get one-on-one.
Holy shit! No, here's what we did.
Joel's done our show 10 times easy.
There was another round table that day scheduled for Chevy Chase, Joel McHale for Community.
Yes.
And I canceled it. I said no. I could not go through the humiliation of sitting there with a bunch of bloggers. And look, no disrespect to people that blog. Okay, that's what you do. But to be with a guy who we've had on the fucking show.
Exactly.
And who I've seen, it's socially indifferent, just bumped into. It would have been too humiliating to sit there. Because literally, I was sitting next to Jeffrey Tambor in the first one. I'm holding a microphone, and Sigourney Weaver's next to him, and there was no way to stick the mic in her face. So I just kind of had to lean it. You just kind of edge it out towards people.
You know, one of those NFL parabolic mics they use on the sideline to get their call.
And in terms of, like, fighting with the other bloggers, like, in Jim's defense, I would say that some of the people might have noticed he was on the Tonight Show that week, and so you can't sit at a round table and start trying to push bloggers
when you're on the Tonight Show that week.
You shouldn't be competing with these people.
And actually doing like an interview segment.
It's the same at a different con.
It's like what?
Oh yeah, that was from the
inventor thing.
But I don't mind. It's not even an inflated sense of self. And honestly,
no. It's what it is.
We should have had one-on-ones with certain people.
Joel McHale.
Joel McHale.
But seriously, who sets that up ahead of time? I'm still confused.
I think that
you get on a press list way in advance.
No, it's not. You need a talent booker that knows people, it has relationships with a person that can say, hey, buddy, you know Norton, just tell Joel, or who can call Joel and say, hey, Joel, you remember Norton, he's coming down.
Oh, yeah.
We'll set something up.
Yeah, you kind of.
We're going to sound like a broken record, but that's why we like our old pal Roland. Cause
he can do that stuff?
He worked for the show personally.
He can do that.
He had a vested interest in us personally and made sure that we were taking care of it, which brought big-time celebrities to our show, which made our show better, but for some reason they don't understand that's still down the hall.
What you need is someone to call up, because, again, some of the
And
publicists...
the sad part is they have a position open here at SiriusXM, and they still won't hire our pal Roland, which we know will do a much better job booking the show for us, because he'll have our personal interest.
Yeah. And it's, again, sometimes you have to let the publicists know, because they don't